Hello and welcome back to the Old Realms and our final siege. I think this is actually going to be the final siege for this particular faction, and I gotta say, I'm actually quite surprised. And I know, I say that quite often, but generally, yeah, I am actually quite surprised with how easily we have been able to achieve victory here. Although, to be fair, they do still have some things. Do they actually... Wait a minute, did they take one of our towns back? Surely not. We have a pretty significant amount of people in the garrisons there, so I'm highly doubtful that that is indeed happening, but you never know, right? You never know. Anyway, I'm just going to make sure that my wonderful siege engines get built, and then we're just going to go straight on in. Unfortunately, they do have a rather wonderful collection of siege engines to attack us with, but as you can see, they only have 323. This is literally one of the smallest sieges that we have done so far. And you know what? I actually think that we are gaining so much renown as a reward because my forces just die. They just die so incredibly easily, and even though we are outnumbering them, we're taking massive casualties. And as a result, I think that that's the reason why my renown is being given such a massive boost. Although it may just be that because we are indeed a vampire, maybe we're just gaining more renown as a result of that. Maybe it's a part of the asymmetry of the mod itself. I don't know whether that's the case. However, I've always been absolutely fascinated by asymmetrical games, and I could name wait, what is that? Yep, there you go. My memory not really coming in super handy here. However, there is a game. I wonder whether you know the name of it. You might know the name of it. Basically, it's a game where you play as a marine or something like that in space, and you're on a spaceship somewhere, and you have to try to defeat this alien menace, and players are on both sides. So basically you have a commander, and the commander will tell the soldiers where to go, and the commander is another player, and they can of course build bases and things like that. So yeah, it's actually really fun. I think that asymmetry in games is wonderful, super enjoyable, and I just can't remember the name of it. It was quite popular a number of years ago, I suppose. I'm not sure whether it's still being played. I assume by a small number of people, I suppose, or maybe dedicated fan base. I'm not entirely sure whether it's even still running. But oh wow, I can't believe that I have to run after all of these people. Oh, they're actually going to shoot at me now. Okay, I guess I'm just going to cast it here, and then I'm just going to get my mist form back, because I was a bit worried about that real quick. Okay, wait a minute. I'm just going to jump down here, because I don't think I can actually take full damage. There we go. There's the wonderful screaming skull, and I'm just going to use my mist form just to make sure that we're not going to die, That would be a bit of a problem, wouldn't it? I think... What was it called now? It was called something like... Infestation, or nah, it wasn't called anything like that. I can't remember it now, but I'm sure that if I were to Google, you know what I'm literally gonna do? I'm literally thinking that I will Google straight after this, because now it's killing me, It's like one of those things where you just think to yourself, I really need to know the name of this thing, and I am going to basically, put everything else aside to know what this thing is called. And it doesn't matter what it is. It could be a movie that you've forgotten, or a TV show, or whatever. And that's kind of what's happening to me right now. I'm kind of thinking to myself, okay, I really need to know what that game is called now, because that was always something that was absolutely fascinating. Because, as I say, there's a commander on the human side, and then there's a commander on the alien side, and they're both responsible for building things. So they're responsible for building structures and for making sure that the side that they're on makes has enough to go on, basically. You want to make sure that they have enough resources, and just generally they're going to be taking care of things on a macro level So, you know, making sure that the resources are being mined effectively and so on. And then, of course, you have other players that are playing as... Well, I don't want to go here. I want to go here, I guess. But yeah, then you have other players that are playing as literal soldiers of the faction. And that's also super fun because you know, you actually have to work as a team. It's very much working as a team, and you can't just run around randomly doing whatever. You have to kind of, you know, employ some teamwork and things. Okay, so I'm actually just going to get out my Soul Rain here because I think that's probably going to be quite useful. Yes, walk into it, sirs. That is what we want you to do. There we are. That was actually fantastic. Let me see what I can do here. Actually, I'm going to get Gravecore. I'm going to summon some more undead. And we're just going to get some people to attack them. Let me see if I can do something here. Wind of Death. I have 44 Winds of Magic remaining. If I can just survive for 10 seconds over in this direction, I should be pretty good because I'm kind of wanting my skeletons. Basically, what I'm wanting them to do is just stand there. I just want them to stand there to keep the opponent there. And then what I can do is I can cast this and hopefully deal massive damage. As you can see, really, really big damage coming in from that. That was nice. Alright, so now I can basically just, you know, punch a couple of people. That sounds like a great idea. And I'm just trying to... Oh, yeah. Okay, well, me jumping. Yes, me jumping is a classic moment as well. And how many forces do they have left? Basically none. Basically none. So I am just going to go for a Screaming Skull here. And I'm just going to wait a little bit of time just to make sure that my Winds of Magic gets to full. And then we can use it. There we go. Let's do it. Okay, well, we just killed a bunch of our own troops, but, you know, that's how it goes. That is how it goes, you know? Never mind, it's not that big a deal. We can get those guys back super, super easily. I absolutely love the buff that you get when you exit Mist Form. I think... Should it last longer? Should it last longer? It lasts about 5 seconds, I think. I'm not entirely sure, but generally, obviously, if we are going to be providing feedback to the modding team, then maybe it's a good idea to provide your opinions on that too, because you can download this mod straight away. You can download this and you can play it right now. It is available for everyone, and you can provide your feedback to the modding team, and I'm sure they're going to be very pleased to hear the opinions of the community, because obviously that's what they're, you know, they're making it for the community, so it makes sense, right? Anyway, massive victory for us right there. Are we going to... Yeah, as you can see, we did not get as much renown for that. But it's funny because we eliminated 345. And so if you think about it, if you double that, it's about 700. And we have, well, I mean, if you double the renown that we gained as well, that's 220, which is far and away not the same. So I'm actually wondering what kind of modifiers are actually in place here, but I wouldn't know. So I'm just going to take some more enslaved warriors here. They do level up into Cursed Companymen, and as you can see, they're actually really, really good. 180 skill, obviously, from an alternative perspective, if you think about it, they're actually not that good because their armor and weapons and so on are very, shall we say, lackluster in comparison to the same kind of tier from other factions. So, for example, the Empire and the other, yeah, Britannia, that's obviously it. And, yeah, so that's the kind of thing that I'm talking about. Anyway, I'm going to just basically leave here. Should I? Wait a minute. No, you know what? I'm just going to wait. I'm just going to wait, because you never know. Maybe there's going to be something that we need to do here. And I'm just going to request entry to the castle. I'm not going to donate any troops because I didn't take them. I probably should have taken them, but I'm kind of thinking that we don't really need to, because this war is going to be over in just a second. I don't really want this. This is a castle, right? Yeah, I think this is a castle, so we're just going to try to vote for someone else. There we go. Ah, look at that. We got to 125 in charm skill. I actually wonder what kind of perk we can get from that. Don't think it's going to be particularly useful. Or maybe it will. I don't know. Yeah. Actually, not too bad, not too bad. I am going to be going for minus 25% influence cost to initiate kingdom decisions. I think that sounds pretty good, but also a +1 recruitment slot from rural notables. And if I am going to be recruiting a bunch of noble troops from somewhere else, that's obviously going to be pretty important for us. And all I need to do now is just wait and see what happens. I'm going to assume that maybe the faction will be completely eliminated. That would be rather interesting, I gotta say. So yeah, actually, let's go over here. Let's go over here, because we've got a garrison there of around 100 units, so it's not too bad. And I'm just gonna go over here and recruit some people if I can. Gonna vote for this owner as well. I don't even know who to go for right now. I guess I'll go for these guys this time around. Gain a... yeah, we do gain a massive amount of charm skill, gotta say that. And I don't even have, you know, big amounts of focus points in this skill at all. So it's pretty interesting. Anyway, here we go. These guys... okay, these guys are not leveling up at all. For some reason. Don't know why they're not leveling up at all. And these fellows... oh, they take a long time, I guess. Do they? No, actually not. It's only 1,300. Okay, well, whatever the case, I'm just going to get rid of those as well. And we're just going to keep these and keep the other ones. And I should probably get rid of the enslaved warriors a little bit, shouldn't I? But you know what? I'm just gonna make sure that we recruit these fellows here, because as you can see, these are the Empire young noble squires. And obviously what we want to do is... ah, wait a minute. Do these guys actually cast? Oh, this guy has a grenade launcher, apparently. Okay, I'm thinking, you know what? I would like to see that in action. So, why not? Let's get a whole bunch of these. I'm not sure if we can even keep them alive, to be honest, but let's just see if we can. And these fellows also. Okay, one thing I'm actually wondering about, which... maybe I should get a companion, actually. I should probably get an Empire companion or something like that, because they're the ones that will probably cast buffing spells. And for me personally, I think that would be super, super fun. I actually wonder, can you heal undead units, or does that do damage to them? Because I know in a number of other games and media in general, sometimes healing spells or holy spells that are, you know, meant to help human allies and human entities in general, they are possibly going to be damaged by that instead of being healed. So yeah, that's a bit of an issue, isn't it? Anyway, there we go. We're just gonna take this guy down, and okay, should I just let him go? I guess I'll just let him go. Let him go as well. I don't even know whether that's particularly useful, to be honest, but yeah, we might as well. Okay, so we'll just take these guys. I have no space in my party at the moment. Should have definitely gone over to one of the towns, but I guess I didn't have enough time to do that because I was going to recruit some people. So yeah, there's that. That put paid to that, didn't it? Anyway, we've got a huge amount of level ups to go for here as well, which is actually very nice. So yeah, with the Empire units, we're going to be going for the Empire Pistoliers. And then we're also going to be making it so that they go into Outriders, and then a Valiant Outriders Grenade Launcher. So that's what we're going to go for. Hopefully it's going to work out quite nicely for us. And we're just going to be donating some troops to our friends here, because they need them after our wonderful little auto-resolve that we had there. And we are then, hopefully, going to be pretty happy with things. Yeah, the Empire Recruit did not level up. I might as well just give that over there. I think I'm probably just going to be using the noble units anyway. I think that sounds like a much better idea than anything else. These guys are taking a while to level up as well, but that's absolutely fine. If they want to take their time, then they can do that. Okay, yeah, so we're pretty good now. I'm not sure why these fellows got this taken back, but I'm sure they're going to be fine, right? And, this is another... oh, wow. Okay, they actually have a lot more castles than anticipated. I actually thought that we had basically taken all of them, but apparently not. So they're actually doing something over there. Are these fellows actually doing well either? They seem to be having issues. Is it just me? I don't know. I think they're having some big problems actually doing anything. That's somewhat strange. Okay, well, whatever the case, I'm just going to go to Averheim real fast. I find it quite weird that the other Empire factions are not declaring war on us, because let's face it, they probably they should probably be a little bit dubious about what we're doing here. And they may indeed want to, you know, start attacking us, to be honest, because we are indeed increasing our territory by such a significant amount. Anyway, who are you and what do you want, he says. Okay, well, I would like to hire you. You are much cheaper than the necromancers and the various vampires. It's good to see. Thank you very much. And now we could potentially... Not sure if this is going to work, but we could potentially go into the Magister here, and then we might be able to actually create a wonderful, wonderful healer slash buffer kind of guy. I don't know whether this is going to work. Oh, he can't learn anything from this? Or... I did recruit him, right? He's not on this list. Wait, maybe it's, Okay, so he's not on the list. So what does that mean? Do I need to just let the game run a little bit so that it updates with my companions? Or, I'm not entirely sure, because he's right here, as you can see. Maybe I just can't teach him anything? I don't know. I mean, he has how much in faith? Does he have anything in... Wait a minute. He has nothing in... Are you serious? Is that the reason? Is that the reason why he can't learn anything? I thought I was getting a guy that could buff people and could heal them and stuff. I'm actually wondering about that. Yeah, so obviously Regiments of Renown, these are the Blazing Sun. They're probably going to be pretty powerful. Maybe that would be an idea for us to try and get at some point. Yeah, this guy does have throwing skill. Wow, he's actually insane. His skills are really, really good, as you can quite clearly tell. So that's pretty fun. But yeah, I was actually going to be creating a party with this guy, but as you can see, he doesn't seem to have anything super amazing. And I'm actually really surprised he doesn't have any, what is it actually? Yeah, faith. Yeah, that's what, I was correct. Okay. So apparently I am not going to be able to do anything with him at the moment. Maybe I can't because I'm a vampire. Is that, maybe that's limiting my ability to do that. I actually don't know. There's so many. Whoa. Okay, there's Luther right there. He's known for being a guy that has a lot of really, really powerful units. So might as well just go and attack him. And we're just going to go in for a nice little auto resolve against him. And we're getting very small amounts for now. But I'm just going to let him go once again. And yeah, we're just going to be recruiting all of these. We might as well get these guys as well. Yeah, so I'm actually kind of wondering, I guess it is because I'm a vampire. I'm going to assume that it's because I'm a vampire that I can't do that. Because it would be kind of cool if we could, but I'm going to assume, as I say, maybe that just doesn't work. Maybe they... I don't know. He doesn't have any faith skill, though. And I don't know why he wouldn't have faith skill, because surely he would, right? I'm going to assume that he should have faith skill being a warrior priest. So maybe I just got the one, maybe I got the one warrior priest in the entirety of the land that does not have faith skill. Maybe that's the case. I don't know. So yeah, we're going to have to check that out real soon. Let me actually just see here. Okay, why are my forces taking so long? Okay, there we go. They actually did manage to take this. And are they going to be able to achieve victory here as well? Yes, I think they will. There it is. They have taken it. Ah, here we go. Now we've got... Yes, that's exactly what I was talking about. So someone has declared... Wait a minute. Who's actually declared war against us right now? Ah. The individual vassals of Stierland, which is actually quite funny because they've been completely eliminated, as you can see. They were eliminated instantly upon us taking that, which I very much appreciate. Once again, a wonderful quality of life improvement. Because there are moments in the base game where you, take the last fief of a particular faction and they are just completely oblivious to the fact that they've lost their last fief, and they just completely, they don't care. They just do whatever they want to do at any time. It's very funny, it's absolutely hilarious when that happens. Because then they're just running around and you're literally like, oh, hey, would you mind just leaving the game now, please? And they just don't. So it's very amusing when that happens. But anyway, I'm just going to continue just doing this, and I think considering we seem actually pretty strong, we might be able to even just go and attack an additional faction straight away. I'm not sure. I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. Can I be stopped? I don't know. Maybe. I mean, I'm not really the one that's actually doing most of the damage here, to be honest. I think my my allies' armies are mostly the ones doing that. But I do have 2 towns now, which is actually very nice. I'm absolutely loving the fact that we have 2 towns, because it is meaning that I am now making, well, unfortunately, for some reason, my monetary gains are not actually being shown for some reason. I don't know why that is. That's a bit strange. But let's just vote for this guy. There we go. Getting huge amounts of relation with all of our friends here, and they're going to be able to provide me with a little bit of support if we want to maybe institute a new policy. I'm hoping for something like that. I mean, that's the funny thing. Because I was talking about the cultures and the culture conversion in the previous episode, or previous episodes, should I say, we don't really need to worry about it too much. Because, you know, that's exactly what's happened now. You know, you see here that our culture at this town has been changed to vampires. And that means everything. That means absolutely everything. Because now we no longer have to worry so much about loyalty, as you can see right there. It is so incredibly nice to see that. So now instead we can just, you know, focus on prosperity or whatever. I should really get a governor though that is a vampire, but I don't currently have one. I don't think. I mean, I have this guy. I could make or this one. I mean, technically I could make him a governor here, and that completely negates the loyalty problem, as you can see. Kind of. So I guess that might be kind of useful. I suppose. I'm not sure if I really want to do that, to be honest, but yeah, okay, so we'll do, oh yeah, fairgrounds is actually something that we want to do first. So let's do fairgrounds real quick. That's going to be 16 days, and then the granary will be done after that. And then we should probably move on over to the other town that we have. And there's peace being made with the various mercenary factions, which is, as you might expect, perfectly acceptable. An orchards building was completed. Where? Over here? Ah, yeah, well, we need that, don't we? Because the food situation in this one is really, really bad. Ah, fantastic. This is the Dark Moon Rises. We have seen this event before, so if you want to pause and read this, if you haven't seen it, or if you want to see it, then you can obviously, you know, go back and watch the other episodes. Anyway, basically what this means is the Dark Portal, the Chaos Portal, will be back up and running. And I am super, super pleased about that, because that means that, yes, as you can see, herdstones have been repopulated and chaos portals have reopened. I'm not sure what herdstones are, by the way. Have not encountered those yet, as far as I'm aware. So, could be really, really useful. Maybe herdstones are a thing for the other factions, or maybe it's just something that I haven't encountered yet. I don't actually know. Anyway, we're going to be putting Ewain in here, I suppose. He's going to be the new governor for this place, and as you can see, look at the loyalty just immediately goes up by a massive margin. Obviously, we do already have, I mean, you already have festivals and games and things like that, so that's obviously working quite nicely, but yeah, my food situation is still absolutely terrible here. However, what's really cool about this is that's going to take 31 days. Wow, that's way too much. That's going to take 30 days as well. Wow, okay, that's actually super bad. I guess I will literally just have to go for orchards and just have to deal with it. Yeah, it's kind of annoying. But we can go into the marketplace here and actually give some of our food into the marketplace. Hopefully that's going to make a bit of a difference to how effective they are. Just going to give a bunch of grain. I don't need a huge amount of food, as I don't think the undead actually eat food. I think it's only my... I mean, you can see here that I have literally 332 days. Yeah, I think I can probably get rid of more of my food, to be honest. I don't think I need a huge amount of this stuff. So let's just get rid of a lot of it. And if we do end up fighting some of those Chaos Warriors or something like that, we're probably going to be getting a huge amount of meat anyway, so it's not actually that big of a deal. So yeah, there you go. Let's just sell all that stuff. There we are. And as you can see, I have 188 days until no food. Yes, that's pretty crazy. All right, so there you go. Now, hopefully, this is going to make a difference to our food situation, because it is actually reducing our prosperity by a significant amount every single day. As you can see, we are now at complete 0, and hopefully it is going to go back up to a positive rating in just a moment. I can only hope that that is going to be the case, because I don't really want to lose more prosperity, because that's actually kind of terrible to lose more prosperity every single time. As you can see, there we go. It's now going into positive, and we are still losing huge amounts of prosperity. So I think what I'm actually going to do is I might literally just give them even more food. Because that's the thing. I kind of still need food, because I am still fielding some human units. So I can't give them everything, but I can try to give them as much as I possibly can. And just have, like, I don't know, 20 or so each of the other things. That seems to be the only thing I can really do. There we go. And hopefully that's going to help. And we have 79 days until no food, so that's absolutely fine. And, yeah, I mean... Literally +1? Come on, are you joking? Ugh, that is just awful, isn't it? That is really, really terrible. The garrison is also terrible, apparently. Why is the garrison terrible? What? There's 500... Oh! It's because of the garrison that this thing is happening, isn't it? Or? Surely not. These guys are all undead. Why would the garrison be eating so much food? That's the question. Let me actually just take some roaming undead out, because these guys are kind of terrible. So I'm just going to take out those guys, take out the regular skeletons as well. We're no longer at war either, so it's not really necessary that my garrison is super, you know, well stocked with troops. And we're just going to get rid of these, because they are just awful. They are literally just fodder, you know. That is all they are for. And just get rid of those. There we go. And I guess I could keep some of the skeletons, because they actually do level up. And there we have it. Okay, so is that actually going to make a difference? Yes, it does. As you can see, it does make a difference, and has reduced the garrison problem by a pretty good amount. So I'm actually wondering, do I need to do anything else? Do I need to take more of these guys out? I don't know. Yeah, I really should have taken care of this before, but I actually thought that the amount of food that I sold to the marketplace beforehand would have made the significant difference that was required to actually impact the amount of food supplies in there. But apparently not. Apparently not. Okay, so what I should probably also do is the task here as well. Let's just see what the task is. Oh, so who's this? The Plague-Ridden Village. A companion is literally giving me a quest. This is interesting. I have a lead on potential cultist activity. A village is struck by a terrible unnatural plague, a grave matter that needs investigating. I need you to travel to Kiel. Investigate the situation. Okay. Sure. Not sure if this is really in keeping with the theme of my character, but I'm going to do it literally just because I'm intrigued. I'm thinking to myself, well, what's going on here, you know, sort of thing. Okay, so Kiel is over here. And I have a full army, so I'm not entirely sure if any enemies are going to be really, you know, causing us any problem. But, well, we'll see, we'll see. Okay, so let's have a look. You leave your party camped at the edge of the village and decide to enter alone, wearing simple commoner's clothes to avoid attention. As you step into the village, a foul stench assaults your senses. The air hangs heavy with the scent of decay, mingled with the lingering odor of despair. Narrow, deserted streets wind through dilapidated buildings, their facades worn and battered by time and neglect. The villagers, once vibrant and lively, now shuffle along like haunted specters, their vitality snuffed out by the merciless grip of an unknown plague. A sickly haze blankets the village, casting a pallor upon everything it touches. Doors creak on rusty hinges, their once vibrant colors faded and peeling. Shuttered windows betray the fear that resides within, as if the villagers have locked themselves away. Here and there, flickering lanterns cast feeble light upon desperate symbols of protection scrawled on walls, crude sigils etched in blood and ash, futile attempts to ward off the contagion. Amidst the desolation, a few figures defy the relentless onslaught of the disease. They move with purpose, their eyes harboring a flicker of resilience. These survivors cast wary glances, their bodies untouched by the affliction that has ravaged their neighbors. Their existence, like fragile embers amidst the encroaching darkness, hints at a lingering hope for the village. Alright, so what we should do is we should seek information from the villagers, surely. Let's do it. As you approach a lone figure among the weary villagers, their eyes glimmer with a spark of resilience. Intrigued, you pose the question that weighs heavily on your mind, asking about the plague. With a wearied expression, the villager responds in a hushed voice. The plague. It has been haunting us for months now. So many lives lost, so much suffering endured. Their voice carries the weight of their personal experience, reflecting the collective anguish that permeates the air. They gesture towards the dwelling of the village healer, acknowledging their unwavering dedication in the face of despair, and say, "Seek the healer. They have become our beacon of hope, tirelessly fighting against this unyielding affliction." Heed the advice and find the village healer is what we'll do. As you step into the healer's dwelling, a scene unfolds before your eyes that both captivates and unsettles. The room is filled with patients, their pallid faces marked by the ravages of the plague. Some lay on cots, writhing in pain, while others sit in chairs, waiting anxiously for their turn to receive treatment. The healer moves through the room, their movements graceful yet purposeful. They offer soothing words of comfort, their touch gentle and assured. Shelves lining the walls bear the weight of countless vials, jars, and medical instruments. The flickering candlelight casts eerie shadows, revealing glimpses of the healer's dedication and the tools of their trade. Amidst the array of medicinal herbs and potions, your gaze lands on something seemingly out of place. A curious vial of dark, viscous liquid that stands apart from the rest. I think I may have an idea about what caused the plague, potentially. And we are going to examine the curious vial, of course. Medicine check, success chance 100%. As you examine the vial with a growing sense of alarm, your trained eye recognizes the contents for what they truly are, an insidious agent of the contagion, a potent and vile substance that fuels the very plague consuming the village. Okay, decide to keep the discovery for yourself and continue your investigation. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. I think I'm going to just confront, because I actually don't know, because the healer is... I'm going to ask the healer, okay? We're going to ask the healer about the vial, and we'll see what happens. You direct your gaze towards the healer and ask directly about the peculiar vial. What is the purpose of this vial? Its contents appear unlike any remedy I have encountered, you inquire, your tone laced with a mix of curiosity and caution. The healer meets your gaze, their eyes briefly flickering with unease before they respond in a reassuring voice. Ah, that vial contains a potent extract of a rare herb, a key ingredient in a powerful disinfectant. It aids in curbing the spread of the disease, ensuring the safety of both the afflicted and the healthy. Their words are accompanied by a calm smile, masking any underlying apprehension. Well, we can confront. Let's confront, because it seems like this is a lie, potentially. As you approach, the healer's eyes meet yours. There is a moment of silent acknowledgement, a realization that the truth has been uncovered. Sensing the weight of your suspicions, the healer's face contorts with a mix of fear and desperation. Without a word, he turns and dashes towards the far end of the room, making a desperate attempt to escape your scrutiny. "Wait," you call out, giving chase as he reaches the back of the dwelling. In a swift motion, he reveals a hidden trapdoor, flinging it open and disappearing into the depths below. You don't hesitate, following closely behind, descending the narrow steps into the unknown darkness. Oh, and we actually get a scene. We actually get a scene. Oh, this is cool. Hello there. Alright, I love this. Okay, I can't use my spells here, unfortunately. So this is going to be a bit problematic, isn't it? Oh no, there he is. Okay, so he's obviously a necromancer. What do you bet? Oh. Well, I can't really see you, sir, but this is okay. Despite the fact that the camera is a bit weird, I am very much loving this. He says, "Wait, there is no need for violence. Papa Nurgle takes care of his own. His gifts are yours if you accept it. Plus 20 maximum hit points permanently. I accept the gift. Welcome to the fold, brother. And there we go. Alright, so, hello, sir. So he is indeed a NURGLE initiate or something along those lines. You know, NURGLE Plague Priest or whatever they are. I don't know any of the ranks. I'm sorry. I don't know any of them, but I did play as... Oh. Well, I did play as NURGLE in my Blood Bowl 2 playthrough. And absolutely love that team. I really, really love that team. So, yeah, there you go. That is a wonderful... wonderful situation, and I can now leave. There you go. We gained 20 HP, and that means I don't even know how much HP I have now. I must have a pretty significant amount. The cult leader's eyes gleam with a mixture of triumph and satisfaction as he senses your acquiescence. His chant takes on a hypnotic quality, resonating within your being as if weaving an irrevocable connection. The sensation that envelops you is strange and unsettling, as if an otherworldly force begins to weave itself into your very essence. An ineffable transformation begins, like the unfolding of a dream woven from reality. A surge of energy courses through your veins, invigorating your body and banishing fatigue. Aches and wounds seem to mend, leaving behind a renewed sense of vitality. With the gift accepted, you depart the chamber, the weight of your decision hanging heavily upon you. The village recedes into the distance, the muted cries of its afflicted residents echoing in your ears as you walk away. Your journey continues, haunted by the echoes of your decision. The gift of NURGLE has granted you strength and vitality, but it has also bound you to a future uncertain and tinged with remorse. Alright, so I actually completed the task. I actually wonder if I have to go back and actually speak to the guy. No, I actually failed it. Okay, there you go. We actually failed the quest, but I did gain 20 maximum HP, and as a vampire, I mean, let's just be honest right now. I mean, really, are we going to do something with the residents of the village? Probably not. We're not probably going to save them, right? We're more likely going to go after power and what we need to make ourselves even stronger and so on and so forth. At least that's what I think, but I don't know. Maybe that's not the case. Maybe that's not what would happen. Who knows? Anyway, we'll just take all of this loot, and oh, my forces actually have full parties. So I guess the only thing I could really do is create a party out of the warrior priest, and just give him a bunch, I guess. Just give him a bunch of these guys. Oh yeah, we have skeletons. I'm not entirely sure how many he can actually field, so I'm just going to give him all the skeletons. He can actually field 181, so yeah, I just gave him slightly more than what he has available, so that's actually pretty good. And he is, oh yeah, he's actually going over there. We do not want him to randomly, you know, chase people. Currently fighting an enemy. Are you serious that I can't call him while he's fighting an enemy? Okay. Okay, so we can now maybe do it now. Maybe? There he is. And now let's take a quick look at my town. Oh yeah, wonderful. Look at this. Everything is now starting to right itself, and we even have a pretty significant amount of loyalty here as well. And maybe that means that I don't even need to stop my my construction in between. So what I can actually do is just try to get these things. Let's get some granary here. Get this, get another fairgrounds and everything. There we are. Okay, that actually looks really, really good right now. So I can basically just leave this town as it is for quite a significant amount of time, and they're eventually going to get all those upgrades, and then I just have to return every couple of in-game months. That's probably what's going to be required from me. And otherwise, apart from that, we've now expanded the Vampire Count's territory by a significant margin, as you can see. And there is another Empire faction over here, which we could do battle with, and there's one over here as well. These guys are Avaland, and these ones are Talabekland. Okay, so yeah, well, we'll see what happens with them. I'm not entirely sure which one we'll go for next, but what I do know is that this is the end of this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.